Good evening, everybody, and welcome back once again to Rogues Gallery Live. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Rogues Gallery Live. This is episode 145, and I'm really excited for tonight's show. Eric, I think, is going to be joined. I just saw the little BSC popped in right there. There he is, right there, making his return appearance. And also with the little BSC, of course, we have his partner in crime, Mr. Dan Default from Wayne Manor, Rocket City.
Yes, I am simply the sidekick to Mini BSC.
There it is. All right. Well, don't catch too much flack from him. A little smart mouth on him sometimes. Anyway, welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you.
We also have from the Secret Sanctuary, Mr. Jeff Delaney in the house.
Hello, how you doing?
Doing all right. We hear that you are fresh back from the dentist.
I am.
It would have been funny if you showed up with a mouthful of gauze, Well,
that's coming. Hopefully, it won't be a show day.
That's not fun. That's not fun at all. But anyway, hopefully no shots.
No shots.
No shots. All right. Well, that's good. Welcome to the show. Eric, I think, is going to join us. Matt said that he was, I think, on a date night or something this evening. So might be hopefully a lighter crew. Yeah, that's right. That's very nice. With his wife. Hopefully
with his wife.
Hopefully with his wife. Yeah, hopefully. We don't want to get Matt in trouble tonight. But anyway, welcome to the show. Again, thanks everybody for being here. I want to give a shout out real quick to JWR. He did a $9.99 super chat earlier. I have my Carter Burger and the best statue roasters on the TV. This is what they are meant by dinner and a show for sure. Love my new to me Sideshow Joker statue. So amazing in person. Hit that like button. Thank you very much, Josh. I really appreciate that very much for the super chat. So anyway, welcome to the show again.
What's a Carter Burger?
I don't know what that is. Must be maybe a local burger.
Yeah.
What's the good local burger for you guys? Do you guys have a local place that's good?
Shake Shack is pretty good. In-N-Out's pretty good. There's lots of places.
Not bad. I need to get you to Kansas. We have a place called Spangles. And I've had In-N-Out burger, and I've had Whataburger, and Spangles to me are better than any of them. So we got to get you to the Midwest sometime.
Usually barbecue places have the best burgers for me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And what about you? Have you ventured out enough to find some good spots?
We found a couple. There's something Jack's. I can't remember. There's a little bar in downtown Huntsville. I can't remember the name. Something Jack's, and they make smash burgers.
Nice.
And they're true smash burger, real thin but double and the whole bit. Those are really good. There's a place called Big Daddy's Burgers that's really good, and they have buffalo. My favorite burger is buffalo.
Okay.
And then we have a new one coming in, hopefully in the next few months, a place called Bombshells. And it's all, I think I might have mentioned this on the show. So I'm super excited about it. It's all themed out in World War II, the pinup art they put on the front of the bombers and stuff. It's all themed like that. And supposedly their burgers are really, really good. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, if we go, if we do MegaCon next year and we do another day at Disney, we're gonna have to take you. There's a place that has a buffalo burger that's what they're known for. It's at Wilderness Lodge. So we might have to take you there.
I love that. I love it.
Well, we have a place in Salina called Cozy's, and it's been open since 1928 or something like that. And they haven't cleaned the grill in all those years, pretty much. It's a smash burger type thing. They put they're little tiny. They're they almost kind of like a little slider, and they have these little burgers. And so you get a bag full of them. You used to get a bag full of you get 20 for $2 or something crazy. And they just smash them with onions. And so the funny thing was, if you go anywhere near that place, you instantly smell like BO. It is horrendous. So they finally, and they had 3 stools in there and then the grill, that was it. And in the old days when I was a kid, you had to go in there, but then they finally did a pickup window. So, but it's they're really good burgers, but it's you don't want to be around anybody that's working there. It's pretty bad, but anyway, I want to give a shout out to everybody real quick that's popped in. We got Lane, we got Theodore, we got Den, Dark Ranger 7. Again, thanks, Kevin, for doing that video for us recently. Again, JWR again. Borg Cube 1 of 2 has been a member for 34 months. That's awesome. Let's give them a round of applause. Very nice.
Golf clap, yes.
We got Kim, we got Ryan, we got Michael, Daniel, Money Wasted Collecting, Dylan Hicks in the house, Benny Vogel, we got Dwayne Johnson, Ryan E in the house. Excited to hear from all 4 of your thoughts. And yes, I'm including Mini BSC. Well, if he starts talking, you might want to put the drink down. You've had too many. See how it goes. But anyway, as you guys start coming in, I'll try to highlight some of your comments. Superman says we have a place here in Texas called Bombshells, but it's similar to Hooters. Way women are serving you and stuff, not like Dan explained. Well, that would have been cool, but your place sounds really good, Dan. That's awesome. I love that. Speaking of a 4th member, we got to switch this around. That's just not right. We can't have Delaney over there in that weird corner.
I felt really weird.
Eric B has returned from school. How's it going, Eric?
Doing good. Hey guys, what's up?
Good to see you, my friend. I've enjoyed your videos this week. Saw a couple of them.
Thank you. Yeah, got a few more on the way this week, hopefully.
I like your scary thumbnail of you spraying Eddie. Like that's a great thumbnail. Yeah. Anyway, what's new with all of you guys? Anything new going on in the world of the Rogues crew?
I am trying my hand playing, doing my best interpretation of Eric B fixing a statue.
Oh,
I am attempting to repair the leg on the owl that's on the front of the Talon statue.
So yours broke too?
Yeah. That's a different one.
It just miraculously fell off one day.
That's what happened to mine too. Yeah.
Yep.
I've been lucky, I guess.
Yeah, be very careful is all I can tell you. There's no reason why it should have fallen off. It fell off, hit the floor, broke a tip of the wing, and then that foot was broken off, the one with the peg. And Eric
and I plastic. And he's just plastic, right? I mean, isn't he a plastic owl?
No.
That front owl is not?
The owl is plastic.
The legs are something other than plastic.
Yeah, he has a key in one of the foot.
Yep.
But it's like literally like a quarter of an inch long.
Yeah,
runs into the body, and that's like held on by like a wire of a piece of metal. So it's very thin and it just snaps on its own.
The engineering is awful. So I got myself some repair material. I did a little bit of molding and sculpting work, and I'm waiting for it to set over the next 24 hours, and I'll be painting it tomorrow.
Fingers crossed. That's exciting.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be perfect. And honestly, that piece, the repair is definitely difficult because the way that the weight is distributed, it's actually relatively heavy to the size of the peg. So it can snap easily, but the colors and stuff are pretty forgiving on that one. They're just all different shades of, gray and beige and a little bit of gold and white and it's his legs. So I kind of did, Eric's advice was he kind of used the sculpting putty or whatever and build the legs out a little bit, which is what I did. So they're a little thicker, and I built the other one out too, so they're somewhat symmetrical.
Yep, that's smart.
Yeah.
It says, wow, that's sad to hear about Talon. Since it's a problem, do you think Prime One would replace them? I don't think so at this point. Did he ever sell out though? I don't know. Maybe there are parts still. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I know Eric's had some good luck with Prime One recently with his return. So
you can, the good news with that piece is you can display them without the owl, which is how I've had them for a few months now. But thanks to Chris, and one of his videos recently showed Talon, went by Talon, and I was like, oh damn, it does look nice with the owl. So that motivated me to get the fix done. So
that's awesome.
I still miss that one. Sometimes I'm like, should I have sold it? I don't know.
Oh, I forgot that wasn't in your
I did too. What did you replace it with?
My favorite new Batsuit Joker that
Joker,
arrived broken and ruined all the fun of receiving a new statue for me.
But the new one is okay. Like the one you got from the collector.
You know what's interesting? I noticed the new one, he's leaning slightly a little bit more forward than the old one I had, which it's not a bad thing. It's not like leaning because it's, a quality issue, but I just noticed it's a little bit more forward than my older one, which was a little bit more back. So for me he's on the bottom shelf, I kind of liked my older one better because he he looked a little bit more upright. So
Right.
This is exactly why they say with the replacements they can't guarantee anything, because it's like it does go to show you how different some of these are when you get them in hand.
Well, I told them just in case, because they told me, they said, listen, if we send you a replacement base, it might not fit. So just for the hell of it, I threw the old body onto the new base, and it didn't fit. He had about a 1/4 of an inch gap to where his foot wouldn't rest on the base.
Wow.
Which goes along with what I was saying. Like my old one was leaning back a little bit more. So like, because exactly, like, I'm saying, he was raised up off of the base to where his foot wasn't even touching the new base.
Wow.
Also, some of the smoke pieces were keyed in different. I sent you guys pictures. Like one of the pegs was like just another inch longer than the old peg. So there was a lot of parts that just didn't fit correctly to where I had to get rid of them.
It's pretty interesting. And of course, your destroying of the statue video, man, it just brings it hard to watch.
It is hard to watch.
I just threw out the boxes the other night. You know what? It really made me unappreciate the new one, because I was excited to receive the new statue, and then when I had to destroy it, every time I look at the new one, that's all I think about is having to destroy the old one. So it's kind of like it ruined like the statue for me a little bit.
So do you predict that you will sell this in order to buy Talon back?
Honestly, I did think about it. I've seen somebody was just received their Talon in the Facebook group, and I was like, man, he does look good.
Yeah. Josh, I think.
Yeah, it might have been Josh.
Yep. Say it's a great piece, but well, anyway, Dan, keep us posted on how that project goes.
Keep you posted. I plan to paint them up tomorrow afternoon, so I'll post some pics.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Delaney, you got anything coming in?
I'm not really sure, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's like Gilman from Tweeterhead, but I don't know when that's coming. And then I have a custom piece that I'm not sure when that's coming, but it should be soon. I don't know. These days, it's kind of hard to tell.
I know, which will bring us into our topic here soon. But I was talking with Dan earlier. I know Dan's got you got that Gotham by Gaslight piece that's still coming, right?
I would assume, given the out of the box video, that it should be shipping soon.
Yeah, same with the Deathstroke. I have the Deathstroke coming, so I'm on the wait list for the Batman, and then the Deathstroke I have coming. But it's weird, like a lot of their advertising say it's in stock, but it's not. It's still on pre-order. But they have done the unboxing video, so you would think that it'll be shipping sometime early summer. Hopefully, I would maybe the end of the month, but. That's it for me. How about you, Eric? Anything else that's on the way?
Let's see. Statue wise, no. Just like you, I've been focused on the original art, and just I'm at the point where I need to get some good quality frames and get everything framed up. So,
when are you guys going to do the original art intervention on me? Because I am needing it badly. I am needing somebody to put me in my corner.
You have to understand that is not in our job description.
Yeah, she's upstairs from you right now, Chris.
Yeah, right.
You're like my new broker. I keep buying all your old ones that you don't want.
This is the one that Eric is contemplating right now.
I'm most likely going to.
Oh yeah, I saw that one posted. Yep.
I'll even include. I've already got it taped to the mat, so you could already have the mat if you want the black and wear the white if you want it.
Okay.
Matted and everything.
But I did a video on these, but I'll show you. I've got a couple of these here. I've got the George Jimenez punchline. I've got the Scarecrow.
That's cool.
Right there. Got the Fabok.
So, Chris, are any of these going to make their way into the main display room?
Okay, so what I'm thinking right now is I have so many bigger pieces. I've got the Lee Bermejo now, and I've got the David Finch Batman. I've got all these Jokers and Batman. So that entryway, I'm going to make all Batman and Joker.
Okay.
So it's going to be the black and white statues. Everything's black and white. It's all going to be that. And then I think I'm going to do in here, I'm going to do villains. Mm-hmm. And so there's not going to be, I don't think, a giant collection of those, but like I've got the Clayman original Well, I say that.
I'm not believing that.
I'm gonna try to stop. But really, so really, what my passion has been right now is doing this Fabox or the David Finch stuff.
Yeah.
I have commissioned 5 more as of right now.
Wow.
Holy crap.
So the ones I've poor Jason. So I used to just say like, hey, these are the next ones I want, blah blah blah. Well, then they've changed it now with some of these other shows, and you have to order them online, and there's only like 5 slots per show.
Yeah.
And so we put it up for Dallas, and I got one, and my wife got one. So that's 2 for Dallas. And then there's another like a Heroes Con or something after that. And I was like on my computer, like I was like 1, 2, 3. And he texted me, he said, "Whoa, slow down there, killer." And he's like, "Save some room for somebody else." It was like, I felt bad. So I quit. I could have done a 4th one, but I quit.
Wow.
He's like, "We just need to spread them out over time so more people have opportunities to get the commissions." I'm like, that's I'm fair. That's fine. I was like, if you need to take one off, if you need to refund me one, that's fine. But the next ones I have are for Dallas. I've got Poison Ivy and Bane.
Yeah.
And then the ones I added for the Heroes Con was Ventriloquist with Scarface, Killer Croc, and Dr. Hugo Strange.
Nice.
Oh, cool choice.
Are you attending Dallas?
What?
Are you attending Dallas?
I am attending Dallas.
Okay.
I got a press pass, so I'm bringing Ledger and Damon again. Billy Rios is coming down there. We're going to meet up during that show as well. So I'm doing 2 events there at the show. The first one is Saturday night. It's where you get to meet Frank Miller. So you meet him. I've never met him before, so you get to take a picture with him and have one thing signed. Most likely, I will do my cowl or this from the Dark Knight 3 Master Race piece from Prime 1. I thought that would be, I don't use this logo. I use the other one because it's the comic accurate one, but I thought it would be kind of cool to get. I think you can maybe pay for each additional signature maybe with him. I think so. I probably won't get any books signed or anything like that. But anyway, I'm going to do that Saturday. But Friday night is it's done by David Finch's people, Essential Sequential. And it's got David Finch and a number of artists, including like Jeff Loeb and Klaus. I can't think of his name. Klaus Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah.
That did Dark Knight Returns. He's going to be there. And so you get 10 autographs. There's a 6-course meal, and every course, the artist rotates to your table. So that way you get to be with all 6 people, all 6 artists. And you get 6 original pieces of art from all of them.
Wow.
So I don't know what
Jansen is awesome.
The what?
Klaus Jansen is awesome.
Yeah, Jansen. Thank you, Jansen.
He was the inker on all of the Miller Daredevils as well.
That's awesome. So I'm really excited, and just of course I'm most excited to be able to talk to Finch for a while, and just because this has really become a dream project. I now own 8 of his originals. So that's really where my main focus is. Like if I can get some other commissions here and there, yes, but I've got the ones I really want. And so that's going to be my focus really right now, is just to fill up that wall.
I actually,
with all the rogues.
I jumped back on his list again today.
On David's.
Yeah. I
Nice.
needed one more thing.
What are you going to get?
Scarecrow.
You have the little one, right?
Yeah, I have a little one. Yeah.
So what do you want? You want the big one?
Yeah.
The full body?
No, I can't afford that. That's way too much these days.
2,500.
Yeah, just the head sketch I'm good with.
That's
I like
awesome.
Yeah.
Did you see the one with he did the spray can?
I did. I don't like that one as much. I like yours. I like the one he did in my book. That's the smaller version. So see what happens.
It's awesome. Well, but the problem is you're going to start wanting more.
Yeah, but I don't have space the way you have space. So I got to eventually minimalize, something. So I don't think it'll fill up as quickly.
Yeah.
I'm already at my capacity as it is. So.
Mini
Hey,
BSC.
nobody knocks down BSC.
Yeah,
Nobody.
Finch does.
Oh my gosh.
I just had to. to bring this up because you've been talking
Hey Dan,
about.
how much do you want? How much do you want for that?
Oh, right. I feel like I stole this. Like this is it's my favorite Finch Batman that I've seen.
Yeah.
And I commissioned this last year.
Nice.
And his price was less than half.
Yep.
How'd you do it?
By talking to Jason. But it was just
It's
a different time. But I love this piece though.
Well, and you probably caught it before their prices went up.
Yeah,
Oh,
prices went up last year. Yeah.
Because like each, the headshots right now are 700.
This was 3.
Yeah, that's
So I
fantastic.
wonder how much of that is because of you, Chris.
of it going up.
Yeah.
No, it went up after I had the one, so I got the Batman he's on the building, and that was at San Diego Comic-Con, which you saw, and that was the old price. But then as soon as San Diego Comic-Con was done, then it went back up.
So then you got one, and then the price went up.
Yeah, everybody can blame me.
I saw that Chris purchased so much that David purchased the goat for his farm.
Yes, he did. Yeah. I have paid for David's goat.
You funded the goat for his farm.
Well, it has definitely become a passion project. And Dan, seriously, if you ever want to sell that, just come my way. I'll pay you way, way, way more than $300.
That one is right in the center of one of my walls. Well, it's above my TV, but that one and Fabox Mr. Freeze.
That's awesome.
I love those. Yep.
I keep wondering if I should, because I was telling you guys, like I've got Man-Bat in the middle right now, but I wanted Batman surrounded by his villains. And I kept thinking, well, maybe I should just get a Batman headshot like that and have that in the middle and then do something creative, like, like lower Man-Bat again, like so people get to see what I'm talking about. So like I've got those there and like have Man-Bat a little bit lower and then maybe have Batman at the top,
Honestly, because I'm working with the BSC's budget here, I think you need to commission a full-size Batman for the middle of that display and move Man-Bat over to behind your villains on the sides as part of your moving pieces over there.
Like do you mean like the Batman I already have, like that Batman, or a different one,
or symmetrically? It could be the Batman you already have. I think a good full-size Batman would look great in the middle, and then if you have a big villain, it would kill me to have just Man-Bat off to one side as a bigger piece, unless you can bookend it with another bigger piece.
That's why I kept again, $700 for Bane. And I'm thinking like, oh, there's like a really great commission he did with the full-size Bane. He's got his hands like rage like this. I'm like, should I pay the money and that way it'll balance out Man-Bat? But I don't want to spend that much money on it. I could get three headshots.
So what I did and just collect the little portraits on each page.
I tell you,
you went too big.
I know.
Do it.
I know. Enable.
You need the 10th scale drawings.
I really do like the heads. Like, I mean, like the full bodies are great, but like to me, like the heads to me have a little bit more impact just because they're a lot bigger. I mean, they're just more in your face.
Yeah.
Pun intended. But yeah, it's become a crazy.
What I really like about that wall is it looks like a mugshot lineup of all the villains. Like,
yeah, it's exactly what it is. I don't know. It's like I find myself just staring at them constantly. Which for the price I should, but I just love his work. So anyway, I'm excited to meet him again in Dallas, and so hopefully it'll be a good show.
They just announced the guests for New York today. He'll be at New York. New York's got a pretty good lineup so far.
That's great. Are you going?
Well, yeah, I'm in New York, so yeah, I always go there.
Yeah, well, I assumed, but I think I was talking to Dan the other day. I'm sure Eric. I don't know if I'd definitely like to do MegaCon again. If we can make that happen.
95%.
I heard the hotels are already sold out, but I heard they also go back on sale again at a certain point. Like they leave a certain block open for more towards the when the convention gets closer.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys follow them. I follow them on the Facebook, and they said it's almost like purchasing convention tickets. They're like, once the hotel rooms go up for sale, like they sell out in like seconds, where it's just booked.
I'll have to go and look. I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to book it, and you can always cancel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, last year we got it, last minute. So I don't know.
Well, I was going to say, what was that, a month out or month and a half out, maybe?
Yeah.
Real quick, guys, do me a favor, smash that like button if you would. That helps us out and it helps other people find the live content. So thank you very much for that. And again, thanks everybody in the chat for being here tonight. We're going to move on to topic number 1, which I thought was an interesting topic. Somebody in the Facebook group had posted this earlier in the week, but they talked about, have you become bored with collecting? We have talked about shipping costs and prices for a long time. But I do feel like the excitement has somewhat fizzled. And that was the first thing, like when Dan first logged in tonight, that was one of the first things he said. Tell him what you said, Dan.
Yeah, I said it's, look, I mean, without mincing words, it's a little, the state of the hobby is a little depressing these days. It's hard seeing so many people talk about getting out or, cutting back, or how disenfranchised they are with, how they perceive themselves to be being treated by the statue companies, which in many cases I feel like is 100% accurate.
Yep.
And it's a little bit, it's kind of a bummer, to be honest. And it makes it that much harder to get excited. I mean, look, Chris, you say it in so many of your videos, how the best part of all of this is the community and sharing all this with each other. And, we all enjoy these things. And whether it's the painted rocks or the artwork, we all enjoy these things together, and the conventions and this and that. It's hard to be excited when, so many of your peers in the community are feeling so kind of, there's no momentum, in the hobby, which is just seems kind of sad, and those little sparks of momentum, for example, Treaterhead's bus, or the fact that Sideshow seems to be keeping their shit together, pardon my French. So many others aren't, so many of the companies that we depend on and have been loyal to. And I don't know, it's just the state of things kind of depressing. And when you layer on top of that, the movie, the cinematic landscape is pretty depressing as well in terms of what's out there right now. There's very little to be excited about. It's like, the whole thing is kind of hard to get super jazzed for, Yeah.
We were talking before the show about, you had brought up COVID and just like how things haven't really recovered since then. And I think we can all go back to that a little bit, is that, I feel like things started kind of falling flat about that time. It's like, there was still momentum there, but like ever since, it's gotten, a lot worse. Obviously the price of these things have gone through the roof. There was some good promising news today with the economy, which was great, that maybe they were on a little bit of a upswing with the inflation going down just a little bit. So that's always a good sign, because then that means people are going to start maybe buying again.
Yep.
And so I'm very optimistic about that. I would love to see that happen. But I do feel like that things have felt kind of flat for quite some time. Eric and Jeff, where do you weigh in on that? Like, do you feel the same, or do you feel a little bit more optimistic than us?
I think Jeff's probably going to be more optimistic than I am. I mean, I knew things were coming closer to an end for myself as it was, because I was finishing up my, display behind me. So, I slowly started drifting back towards collecting like the CGC books, and now most recently, it went from the art prints and then to the original art. So, I mean, for me, I only have so much room for statues. I'm happy with my collection the way it is. I said 2 years ago I was going to retire and then, take a break. And then I had this idea, let me switch all my quarter scale for 1/3 scale. So I knew, that was all, it happened very quickly. It happened all within last year. And I knew it was coming to an end once I filled that last cube down there. And so, in general, even if the economy and the hobby wasn't, so depressing as it is right now, I knew for myself it was going to come to close to an end for now, until I change things around again, which isn't going to be for a while. But just like the community in general, there's definitely like a downshift with, like you said, prices are just really expensive right now. I don't think most people are collecting like they used to. Cakeback
says the custom game is on fire. The ideas and art direction lately have been amazing. I would have to agree with that. It's not something that I promote here on the channel, but there are a lot of customs out there that are very good. I mean, just from an art standpoint, a sculpt standpoint, I think we're going to see a bigger uptick in those particular things, because if the big boy companies are slowing down or not getting product out, I think that there will be somebody that tries to slide into that spot, where there's opportunity to make a buck. The people are going to try it.
But we are seeing signs of licensors coming down on those smaller companies too.
That could be very true. That's very true.
Oh, really? I hadn't seen that. Is that right? Really?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to speak on that, or?
Well, there was a company, I probably won't name it, but that did Star Wars pieces and was extremely popular for a lot of years, high quality stuff. And they got the cease and desist, and they are no longer doing anything that is licensed that they don't have a license for.
Wow.
Was that a Disney thing, do you think, or do you think it was
it had to be Disney? Yeah. It was Star Wars. So,
CC
but they got a little cocky. They put up a website.
Yeah, you can't do that.
And their edition size is creeped up over 100, which you shouldn't do. So it was coming. It was going to happen.
Yeah, I was going to say, you get a little too big for your britches sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good things happening with just like, not even just customs, but with 3D printing. It seems like, because I follow the 3D printing communities, and a lot of people are going that route. Not that it's really any cheaper, but I guess to them, like, they feel maybe like a better satisfaction getting the characters they want and being able to just print them out when they want. There's no, waiting times, like, waiting 2 years. So that's a whole other game in itself with the, 3D printing your own pieces.
Jeff, how do you feel about the excitement level right now? Like, do you feel like it's still exciting?
It is for me personally. I mean, I've been collecting since I was 5 years old, mostly comics up until 5 years ago or 6 years ago. But while I recognize that, there's kind of a depression in the hobby, I've got over a dozen pre-orders, and I'm still very excited about the collection I already have. I try to appreciate that as much as possible. I still drag out 5 or 6 of my better comics and just lay them out while I watch TV at night and just admire them. So no, collecting is too big a part of my life to feel bad about it, or even feel negative about it. Companies are going to come and go. That's just the nature of business. And I think that's okay. I mean, that's what happens.
Yeah.
So
ebb and flow.
Yeah.
Ebb and flow.
I mean, I'm sitting here like most nights, whether I'm on the show or not. I'm in here with the TV on, but I'm looking at my statues. I mean, it's a passion, and outside influences don't affect that.
Well, I think it's also, I mean, I think I speak for all of us. It's not just statues; it's the art in general. So even if statues are slowing down, like we, gravitate towards other things, whether it's, like art prints or just art in general. It doesn't always have to be collecting statues.
True.
Yeah, and like I was telling Dan before the show, we were talking about our pre-orders. Like, I've got 6, and I think that's why I have started to gravitate toward, because, okay, so a year ago, before I was collecting original art, this would be the time where I'd start be like, okay, should I buy that piece back? Should I buy Huntress back for the 27th time? Or should I get that piece that I never got, but I really didn't like it, but I kind of want to see if I like it in the collection? Like, I was getting that bug, and I'm sure we've all done that. Like, we've all had that itch to like get something when there's kind of a dry spell.
Yeah.
And so like having 6 pre-orders for me in the last 7 years, that is the least I've had, period. Yeah. But I just feel like there's not a lot out there right now that is exciting me, because everybody has slowed down. The companies like Prime One that I have, I've absolutely love, and I've got most of those pieces in my collection, they've slowed down. They're not going to do as many third scales. Are they going to do a Riddler? Yeah. Am I going to buy it? Yep. But at the same time, they're not pumping out like they were. And so, yes, we get excited about the next level shows and all of that good stuff, but there wasn't a lot at this next level show that I'm like, I'm going to buy. except for maybe that Riddler, maybe the Alex Ross piece.
They're a
What,
lot
man?
less reliable, Chris, in terms of delivery timeframes as well, even Prime 1, right? It used to be, you go back 3, 4, 5 years ago or more, and we could depend on those pieces to be, 12 to 18 months max,
Right.
sometimes even shorter, but 12 to 18 months. And it was a steady rhythm of new pieces coming out. And, it was just, you could still be excited because you knew, in a few months, I'm going to get that piece, and you'd get it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that really doesn't exist anymore. I do trust Sideshow. Yep.
Sideshow's like 9 months now.
Yeah, Sideshow's fantastic.
They are the exception, Jeff. And I was saying that to Chris before the show. They are the exception. Funny enough, we've come full circle, and Sideshow is the trusted, vendor in our hobby right now, in my estimation. I mean, who else is there? Prime 1. I mean, they show us pieces in their show that they never even do, never mind deliver on. And a lot of their pieces are 18 plus months now. So
right.
It's hard to stay excited for a piece for that long. It's like, the excitement wanes. And
I see people all the time that are super frustrated with certain pieces, and it does make them lose interest in it.
Well, I mean, a good example is, XM. We did get kind of finally got something publicly about factory issues and things like that, from pieces that were ordered in 2022. But again, no mention of a lot of the ones like Dan had on order and things like that. So at least there was some communication. I think there needs to be a whole hell of a lot more, especially when people are spending this kind of money. But again, all of that sours it. It makes it not as much fun. But like I was going to say, like for me, like even though there's not a lot of statues right now, I've started collecting other things. Like people are saying like, are you going to become the Batman art collector and not the Batman statue collector? And like statues for me are still my number one priority. Like I love statues, but there's just not a lot out there right now. Like there's teases of things. There's the idea of Legendary Beast Studio stuff that I want, but we haven't seen much from them yet. And again, that's still going to be 2 years out, probably, with what we're talking about. I'm very excited about the Tweeterhead bus. I think Chad, you mentioned Sideshow. I think Chad is going to be one of those companies that gets it out to us. How long?
So I'm a little worried about a few of their pieces. I mean, a delay notice just came out for their Wonder Woman for another 3 months.
Wow. Okay.
That's got collectors a little bit concerned.
He said he did say that that Two-Face is on a boat, so that's a good sign.
Right. I wish Wonder Woman was on that boat too.
Me too. So I mean that has to become consistent. Also, I'm a little obviously people are a little concerned about the longevity of the bus line. Like if people are buying, however, Superman has sold out finally, and Chad said that Doomsday is extremely close to selling out. So that's a good sign to me. Like I think having them all together and being able to see them all together helps
a lot
because people get it. I think I'm going to end up putting them all together on the back shelf there.
Superman's due next month. If it comes, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah. And again, I had a production sample, so obviously he should start shipping soon. So I think again, once people start getting them in hand and seeing how big they are, like they're on camera, they might look big, but like until you get them in hand, they're very impressive, and heavy. Like that Superman heavy. So there are things I think that we as collectors, we try to fill in the gaps, fill in the little spaces. But in terms of the statue collecting, I feel like there's just been a lot of negative. There's just been a lot of, again, outside of just the price and the space and the things we talk about, but just like weird things kind of happening again with XM or, companies slowing down or some of the companies going out of business, which again, that lets people down. I don't know. Like what else do you guys think?
But the community as a whole, I mean, every single night there is a statue show on YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, there is still excitement in the hobby. People love just the getting together with friends to talk about statues or related things. So as long as that's alive, I don't feel like there's much danger in the hobby dying.
Yeah, you don't have to be physically collecting. You could still, it was Rogue's Empire's comment. He said, well, I just watch Chris spend his money and I enjoy that. I mean, you don't have to purchase things yourself, you could still watch others and enjoy the hobby.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep.
I do the same. I watch art statue collector buy money, spend money, and like have that insane gallery. It's like that's the fun part and it's stress relieving knowing that you're not having to buy it. That you're not having to spend the money on something. So like it's like I can appreciate all of those other statues that you guys have that I don't have. Like I appreciate it through your videos or just photos on Facebook or like you mentioned all these other shows. And again, to me, it's all about. It comes back to the community part of it. It's like, it's just fun to talk about this stuff. It's just fun to, just contemplate what's coming. I do, again, I feel like we are in that dip, but I think it's going to go back up. I think we're going to be right there back where we were. Hopefully I think maybe there will be maybe less, which is not a bad thing. Yeah. It's like we were so oversaturated there for a while that maybe all of this mess of high prices and inflation and all this other stuff, maybe it's going to kind of help the community in the long run. It might not help the company. Let's be honest. Right. I mean, there are going to be companies that don't make it, but maybe there'll be less saturation, which is, in my opinion, a great thing.
What we haven't talked about, and not that we have to dive down this rabbit hole, but it just occurred to me. I wonder how, you've said it a lot in your commentary on, being a Prime One, a DC Prime One collector, and Prime One saying pretty clearly that they're going to scale way back on DC. Yeah. I wonder how they're able to hold on to that license, not producing anything.
I wonder if maybe they have to do a certain number a year. Like they say we have to do 6 a year. And so then they do 6 a year. I don't know.
Yeah. Because it would be nice if someone that, was interested in stepping in and taking, filling that void, i.e. Sideshow, would be pretty cool to put Sideshow's customer service, delivery, reliability, etc. behind that license right now.
Well, I feel like fans have kind of spoken with their wallets with Sideshow, and especially Sideshow. We've talked about the fact that they're letting their artists kind of do their own thing now, which is phenomenal. And I feel like people have responded in a positive way. I feel like the edition sizes have been surprising. It's like Batgirl's edition size was surprising to me. But they're also bringing characters or versions of characters that have not been done. With her, the Clayface base, that's what drew me the most to it. But at the same time, it's like, let them keep doing their thing. Obviously what they're doing is working. Maybe we'll start to, they did a Penguin, they did a Deathstroke. Like, let's keep it going.
They did Mr. Sin.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
And the edition size is 700.
Right.
That's pretty good for an unknown IP.
Right. And so I really like what Sideshow is doing. I like what Tweeterhead's doing. I like what a lot of what PCS is doing. Again, there is a lot of positive that's going on right now.
Well, that's the thing with that's the thing with communities in general. There's always more negative than there is positive. And I was thinking back to what Jeff said. He's like, well, there's always, a YouTube show on every night. Do you ever think maybe it's just maybe some of these channels causing all the negativity because that's all you hear? Seems like everybody's just always complaining all the time about things.
That and a lot of statue forum has a lot of complaining too.
I'm sure that's part of it. And again, I don't know.
I wasn't even thinking about it until you brought it up. It's like, I feel like we're kind of contributing to it too.
We probably are. But it is like with my job, like a lot of you guys know I'm a counselor. And so I do counseling things. A lot of it's hard hitting stuff. It's not, most of the things that I talk about are not butterflies and roses. They're the negative things, or they're the extreme behaviors that I deal with. And over time I don't realize it at the time, but it is exhausting. It wears on you. And I'm really good about leaving my job and coming home and letting that go. But when you do hear stuff over and over again in the hobby, it can wear on you for sure. It absolutely does. And again, I feel like that the people do feel that. But and for me, again, just me personally, I just feel like I'm in a dip because there's not a lot that I want. If you're a Transformers fan, you might be really excited right now about all the stuff that Prime One's doing, or you might be like, oh, look at all the movie pieces that PCS is doing, or look at all the great stuff Blitzway's doing. There's a lot to be excited, but for a Batman collector,
true,
not as much. But I'm spoiled. I mean, look at this freaking collection. Like, I've been very spoiled with all the Batman stuff over the years. So, you know, I'm actually okay with a little bit of a pause.
Right.
But break is good. What's the saying? If there's no sadness, there can't be happiness. So we need a yin yang balance between the two.
That's right. CC says, I think the hobby is an escape for most people, but if it gets taxing, it should never feel like a chore to tune in or contribute. And that's a good point. Absolutely. Well, anything else you guys want to talk about with this topic, or want to move on?
I think we've successfully sucked the air out of the room on this one.
Okay. Well, maybe this next one will help. This was also brought to us, topic 2. Knowing what you know now, what were the biggest mistakes you ever made as a collector? We are pretty seasoned at this point, but I'm contacted on the weekly by new collectors, you know, saying like, oh, I started collecting because of your channel, or I started collecting because of something Jeff said or Eric did, or, you know, or whatever, or Dan said. And so, like, I love hearing stuff like that. I love that we inspire here on this program. But there are a lot of mistakes along the way. So, you know, from 4 seasoned veterans of this hobby, what is something that maybe you made as a mistake as a collector, and, you know, maybe what would you do differently, or what advice would you maybe offer? Doesn't have to be a long topic, but what do you guys think?
3 comics that I sold that I should have kept.
And why did you sell it?
Either to pay off a credit card or to buy something else, or because someone offered me stupid money.
Yeah. So it's hard to turn down.
Yeah. So Superman 1, Batman #1, Daredevil #1, and Daredevil #1 was in 9.4.
What'd you have Batman 1?
What do you mean? What did I have?
What did you have on the CGC?
Oh, I bought it as a restored 4.5, and there were some other things that could be fixed. So I had someone upgrade it to a 6.0.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Cha-ching.
But the Superman one was a 7.0, and it was white pages, and it was
oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Really nice book.
How long did you have that?
You never know, though. It could always go the other way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know, I had both of them for a number of years, but those Daredevil #1 went crazy a couple of years ago. So, you know, when I had that book, it was like a $20,000 book, and now it's over $100,000. It's crazy.
Did you guys see DT's video about his comics and how much money he lost with the investment in them? It's like,
so did he buy a lot during the pandemic?
Yep.
Yeah, his books like tanked. Well, I don't know if he purchased them during the pandemic. I think he purchased them before that, but they went down. It was like it was close to almost $100,000 in value. It dropped over the years for his books. All big titles, all big golden keys and, you know, silver keys.
I missed who you said. Was that DT?
Yeah, it's on DT's channel.
Yeah, DT. Yeah.
I'll have to watch that, because he must have overpaid. I mean, there was a period during the pandemic where everything skyrocketed.
Well, it's
crazy.
It's not so much what he lost. He's showing the value of what it could have been. So he might have had the books for a while, but the books tanked almost $100,000. I think it was 25 books.
Wow, I'll have to watch
that. He has a lot of big books. You would enjoy it. You should watch it.
He has a lot of big books.
He's got a really great collection of stuff. I mean, he really does. So that's a great. So your advice would be to maybe keep stuff a little longer.
Think long and hard before selling a book that you've wanted your entire life, just because someone offers you what seems like too much money for it.
Yeah. It's hard to turn that down, though. Like, it is hard.
Yeah. But you may never get it back.
Yeah. How about you guys? Any advice? Any mistakes that you made as a collector?
I mean, for me, I can't think of any mistakes. I think it's usually, you know, I think of any mistake as a learning experience. Like, if, you know, obviously I've had pieces come in that I didn't like and I might have quickly sold. I don't know if that's really a mistake. Sometimes you just need to see these things in person to, you know, make a final decision. So I don't know. It's hard to say if there's like a real mistake when it comes to just statues. I don't know. Other maybe accidentally breaking something. I guess that would be a mistake, right?
CC says, I wish I had been braver sooner. I've made a lot of friends because of the hobby, talked to my heroes who now know me by name. I kept to myself for eons. Yeah, that's a great point. Being braver sooner. And I think a lot of us go through that where we're worried to dip our toe into whatever it is. But sometimes you just have to take that leap of faith and go for it. I feel like we probably all have done that at some point with our collections and things like that. Dan, how about you? Any words of advice or any mistakes along the way?
It's funny just seeing CC's Paula's comment around rules, because mine is kind of just the opposite. I don't think of it as much as a mistake as learning how to get even more enjoyment out of the hobby, right? So early on in the hobby, 6, 7+ years ago, 10 years ago, I kind of would collect anything that I liked and fit it into my collecting space, right? If I had the money and I had a place to put it, I would buy it. I think what I learned over the years is to have my collection kind of mesh with my personality. Having the rules around being focused on one IP that I really love, i.e. Batman, helps me a lot. It gives me that sense of calm and organization to my hobby. But the other piece around, aspects of my personality, believe it or not, I'm a minimalist in a lot of ways, right? I don't like clutter. I've said that a million times on the channel. That's nothing new to anybody, but I like structure to my environment and not a lot of clutter. And so organizing my collection in that way helps a lot. I have comics. I mean, I don't talk about it a ton here, but I've got a few thousand books sitting over there in a big walk-in closet that are all very organized. And I've started to whittle that down the same way that I did my statues. And it's helped a lot. I like that focus. So my advice, so I wouldn't say I had made a mistake earlier, but I learned how to get even more enjoyment out of it.
Really well said. I mean, and we've said how much we are alike in the fact that the way we display, the way we collect. I was the same way. I had all these different things, and that's why I narrowed it down to Batman, because I was so stressed and there was so much going on. And that's not to say, again, we always say collect what you love, but that was just for me. I had to have rules. I had to have rules, or else I would. God knows what my collection would look like and how much money I would have spent. And I don't know if I would have been happy with that. So I'm glad that I chose something for me that works. But again, like I know not everybody has the rules. I know like Jeff, like you like to collect movie pieces but then also comic book pieces, and that's kind of ebbed and flowed over the last couple of years as well for you. But like you collect what you love, you make it work. You like whatever your space works.
But Jeff does have rules. His rule is no rules. Right. So it makes him happy that happier that he's comfortable and happy buying that piece, even though it's not X-Men, it's something else, or it's, and I think from the way that Jeff has talked about these things over the years now, it's makes it a little easier to part with pieces too, because you can kind of reprioritize and, so that's rules too. It's just a different rule.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing that I would, again, and try to follow my rules, like especially like with buying stuff back, I probably would not have done that because it's just a giant hassle. And it's like, I keep wanting to make something work. I keep wanting to make a square fit in a round peg. And it's just, it's time for me to wake up. I got to quit doing that. So like I have vowed I'm never going to buy back Nightwing and Huntress again, because it's like I'm just not like if I buy those back, I'm selling my entire collection. I'm quitting YouTube and I'm gonna become a hobo and walk with my stick and my bag along the highway or something. I don't know, but I just got to quit doing that to myself, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of packaging it back up and shipping it and all that stuff. I hate that stuff. So that I also think I would have probably started keeping track of like spreadsheets and like my budget a little bit better early on, because I didn't do that initially. And I find that helps me. Do you guys all do a spreadsheet? Like I know Dan does, but do you guys do that at all?
No, I used to do that with comics, not statues.
So you don't know how much you spent. You don't know how much you owe.
I
like that sort of
honestly, I don't want to know. I might stop collecting. I might stop if I knew.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
I
I think
don't know
we spoke about this once before on one of the shows. So I used to do spreadsheets for comics to where I got to the point where I was actually grading, writing down like every defect for each book, giving it a grade, categorizing it and stuff like that. And then I got it to maybe like 200 to 300 books, and I was like, "What the hell am I doing? I'm wasting a lot of time just doing this." So it's like,
Is there any? Scott says, "I kind of regret jumping down the rabbit hole in the first place." Is there any rabbit hole in your collecting that you regretted doing, that you regretted getting into?
I completely got out of 1/6, so I guess I regret that. I mean, I regret that I had started.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of fun collecting them and doing videos on them, so I don't really regret it. But in the end, they were too small.
Yeah. Well, and you had all those great tweeter head pieces, and they all looked great. But again, that was all part of your collecting journey. I mean, really, it just is.
Yeah.
How about Dan or Eric? Anything you regret going down a rabbit hole in?
Honestly, I don't think so. I mean, even stuff that I don't collect anymore, kind of like what Jeff said. I mean, a lot of us started out with hot toys and kind of graduated up, even though that's not a knock on anybody who collects hot toys, as their core. They're awesome. It's just, I found something different. Yeah, even the stuff that I don't collect anymore, I don't have any regrets. Even the IP, as much as I talk about focusing my collection, I don't regret having done it, because I loved having those pieces at the time. It's just I love what I have now more, and it kind of ties back to something, Jeff was saying about 20 minutes ago, and that is I'm super happy in my collecting area still. Right? I'm very fortunate. I have a good sized space here, and I love coming in here every day. I look around, something different tends to catch my eye each day. Some of the same things catch my eye each day. But I'm very, very happy here. I don't sit here with any regret saying, "Oh, wow, there's $30,000 in statues," or whatever it is, sitting here. I'm like, no, this is cool. I love it still. So,
yep.
I think maybe my only rabbit hole regret would maybe be not go into like the focus of getting art prints and getting the artist sign the art prints, because but I say that, but that also led me to going into original art. So I'm glad I did that. But like now I would rather do that than buy a print, me personally. But I mean, art prints are fantastic because they make the walls look incredibly awesome. But it's just like maybe that I wouldn't have maybe spent as much money on the art prints, knowing that I would have wanted to use the money toward getting a commission done. But again, that was all part of the journey for me. So
I have to answer Paula's question in the chat.
Define stupid money.
Yes. So this is a term among silver and golden age collectors, comic books. When someone offers you so much money for a comic, so much more than the current market value, that you'd be just stupid to turn it down. So that's stupid money, and it's a term that you will hear from time to time in the hobby.
Well, very well said. I mean, again, like, if somebody offers you that, again, you were obviously offered some great money for those books that you sold.
Yep.
You probably would get more money for it today, but you also used all that money to fund stuff in your collection right now, I would imagine.
Yes. Yep.
So, I mean, your collection might be very different if you hadn't done that.
What are you looking at, Dan?
I'm looking at Paula's little emojis there. Are those the yip, yip, yip guys from Sesame Street?
I don't know what that is.
I
looks
love
like the cookie. Looks like the Cookie Monsters.
Those are great.
They
They kind of. I wish I had Frozen earlier. They kind of like a little Frozen dudes,
right? It looks like the yip, 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 yip. Those guys.
NYC Collector says Eric is trying to make Jeff cry.
He didn't watch the video yet. I sent you the link for the video, though.
Okay.
Speaking of freeze, I had to update you guys real quick. So our next tech is putting in fiber, and they came late last week, and they came to install us. Like, we finally were going to get it, blah, blah, blah. And we're the one house in the neighborhood that they couldn't get it to work.
Oh, God.
And it wasn't on our end, it was on their end. And so they've been at everybody else's house, and everybody else's is working just great. and so they're coming tomorrow to install it for real. So
Good.
we'll see. I might have better internet here, so I'm excited about that. We might have hopefully less of this, but stay tuned because the BSC free strikes again coffee mugs are coming to a store near you. So be careful of that. So, and I haven't had a chance to talk to you guys. Did you guys see this picture last week?
Oh my
Yeah, that's
God,
amazing.
yeah. Awesome.
I just watched the Ghostbusters movie the other night, the new one.
How was it?
It was really good. I enjoyed it.
That's awesome. So anyway, I still can't believe that happened. So yeah, I haven't had a chance to talk to you guys live about that. So anything else you guys want to talk about with this topic, or do you want to move on to photos?
Photos.
All right. Photos it is. Let's go into it. All right.
Oh boy.
Yep. All right. Can you see photos?
Off the jump. Yep.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to talk about the legendary beast Wonder Woman. This piece has been met with yay and nay, I guess I would say. It's based on the art of Alex Ross, at least for one torso. This was some of the printed renders right here. This is the other portrait. Which would you say it's a little bit more like a Jim Lee portrait?
This is a George Perez portrait.
Oh, George Perez. Okay. And then we got some color ones as well. So as I'm scrolling through here, guys, let me know what you think about this piece.
Still a work in progress. There are
changes. It says right there at the top.
There are changes being made. Jay is listening to all critiques, whether they're constructive or not.
It's nothing that like I said, well, I don't like it. I think the gold is definitely hard to pull off because in Alex Ross's drawings, he does a lot of reflection within the gold.
Mhm.
So it does look a little funny when the gold is just all solid without that, that shine, like reflective, image to it. But I mean, it's based on his work, if you look at it. So I guess it looks good to me.
Dan, what do you think about this one?
There were a couple of comments that I saw people making in the group that I agreed with. Not pretty enough was, I thought.
If you look at Alex Ross's Wonder Woman, she's not pretty to begin with. I think,
and I don't disagree. It just makes it.
Yeah.
But to sell a statue.
This is an improvement, I think, to Alex Ross's Wonder Woman portrait.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. I just think for me, a Wonder Woman that I'd like to buy, I like her a little prettier. I don't know, someone else said the face looked too narrow as well, although it looks better in these pictures.
So the first two pictures of her face,
these two here,
that one and the other one, that one and that one, I would just forget about those altogether. Those were taken with a crappy camera with horrible resolution. I kind of wish he hadn't posted them. As soon as he did, I texted him and said, have you got something better?
Yeah.
Because I didn't really want to share them. These are a little better, the ones that he took the next day. But again, pretty much everything that people have talked about with this piece, he's working on.
I like
very
the
much.
fact that she looks like a badass. She looks like a superhero physically. You know what I mean?
She does.
Without being overdone. She doesn't look like she's roided up, but she looks like a badass. I like that.
I feel like they are close. Like I feel like, again, it's work in progress, but I feel like they are close.
Yep.
And congrats again to Jay to listen. That's the important thing is he wants this line to do well. And so again, we'll see more, but these are just some in progress photos of her. So,
and if you think she is too roided out, throw the cape on her, and a lot of that is diminished.
She does look a little bit more muscular than his artwork. But I mean, it's not like a bad thing. I don't look at this and be like, oh, I hate everything about it.
I think that aspect sets it apart from every other Wonder Woman statue out there. That she's more athletic looking.
Yep.
Like there was complaints about the underwear being lower. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I can't nitpick every single thing on statue.
I have heard rumors, and I don't know if it's been confirmed about the possibility of an ultimate version with a second torso. So we'll stay tuned. We'll hear what Jay has to say, but hopefully we'll be able to have him on the show soon.
So if I can advertise somebody else's show.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Tomorrow or Friday.
I think it's Friday. He's on. Is it Godlike Studios?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, with Jimmy. Yeah.
Jimmy's invited me to come on that show. I'm not sure if I can yet. I need to check with my family first, see what's going on for the weekend. But I'm anxious to hear what Jay has to say. So yeah, check out Jimmy G's channel, Godlike Statues.
Yep.
Here's the two of them kind of together, just to give you kind of an idea.
And that's with the Superman head sculpt that's being updated.
Yeah.
Chris,
a lot of tweaking.
What was the Wonder Woman statue that was the giveaway or one of the giveaways in the 100th celebration?
So that was the Prime 1/4.
The new 52.
New 52.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
That's a great sculpt on that one.
I
really
love that.
nice.
I think that's a beautiful sculpt. I love that.
Yeah, he's still on that. That's very similar to David Finch's work.
Yep.
There's that bad face there. I mean, again, it's just not.
That's the Alex Ross face. Yeah.
Yeah, not really lovely.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
look at the gold. Like, I mean, that's what they were trying to capture.
For anyone complaining, do you want the statue to look like that on the left? Come on.
Yeah, I think the Legendary Beast looks way better.
Yeah.
What do you think about the lasso being very long? I mean, if you want to go for like super accurate, should the lasso be longer or?
I kind of like it. I like it longer. To me, it makes it look like it's more realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's worth mentioning to him.
I mean, this is real. I mean, if you look at this is not painted, but it's really tiny.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's not very much rope. You're not going to lasso anybody with that. You're going to maybe tie your shoestring. So maybe that needs to be bigger. I mentioned this earlier that Superman is sold out now finally, and Doomsday was close to selling out with an edition size of 350 on these. So again, if you're interested in Doomsday, you might want to jump on it because I think that these will start selling much better and quicker once people start getting them in hand. So
I have a little bit of FOMO for Doomsday, but
me too.
He's so big. I don't know.
He is just so awesome in person. I can't tell you guys enough. And again, I've shipped mine off back to whoever I needed to ship it to, but it was just so impressive in person. And I can't wait to see more. And again, I can't wait to collect all the rogues. I'm so excited.
I actually kind of wish he made the busts lighter than what they are, because when we were speaking to him, it sounded like they were super heavy. Because I feel like busts look better, like maybe like on a shelf. Although these are probably massive, I guess. I don't know. I need to see them in person. But
Superman was heavy, I'll tell you that. I mean,
so far with my busts, I like to put them like on my shelves and stuff, and I can't imagine putting like a 20-30 pound bust on top of a shelf.
I don't think it won't be that heavy.
Won't be that heavy, yeah.
But it's solid. I mean, it's solid. This is an offering from PCS. This is from the Howling. This was shown this week. Obviously, it's got real hair. That's pretty crazy. I don't know how they're going to do that with the hair, but what do you guys think?
It looks cool, but I don't want to care for all that hair.
Yeah. I'd rather have it sculpted.
I mean, I would imagine there's sculpt underneath, but I don't know. It's a lot of hair.
I mean, do you just bring it to the salon or?
I guess. And I've never seen this movie, so I don't know if it's accurate or not.
Yeah, me either.
And the base is interesting with the what's left of somebody on the base.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, he had a bad day.
Nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
Can you go back to the wolf again?
Yeah.
All right. So shouldn't the wolf be like all bloody if that's what just happened to that guy?
Yep.
Well, there is a switch out hand.
Okay. All right.
Right
I
there.
didn't know about that.
Yeah, there's a swap out hand.
Oh, Ant, you're crazy.
So that's kind of fun. But you're right. Like you would think that there would be blood on his fur.
Yeah, just a little bit of blood somewhere.
He's really into dental hygiene. He probably brushed and flossed.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like the hand. The hand's fun.
That is fun.
Hand is great.
Yeah. So there you can see them kind of side by side, but it's
So
a
what
fun
do you
piece.
Do you put that behind glass? And this thing is what, over 3 feet tall, right?
I don't know. Like that's the thing is like I don't know what kind of dust would land on this thing. That would be something I would maybe want protected, but
I would.
yeah.
You got to scotch guard it.
I can't remember who did this now. Darn it. I had this saved, but I can't remember. Did anybody know? This maybe Iron Studio, it might be Iron Studios.
Crap.
I don't remember.
It's not PCS, aren't they? Usually do the music stuff.
No, I think it's Weta.
Oh, that might be right.
It's Weta.
Yeah, that's right. But I think they're quarter scale.
They are quarter scale, and I think it actually looks pretty darn good.
I do too. I've been really impressed with what Weta does, especially after seeing the Joker in hand. So yeah, I think these are going to be real popular among Kiss collectors.
I do too.
Let's talk about Superman. This is the J&D, the improved sculpt. Do you guys see Christopher Reeve here enough to pay $4,000?
It's much better.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
But I do agree. I think it's better.
So everything from the neck down to me looks higher quality than the costume in the movie.
Yeah, because that costume was not very nice.
Yeah.
Everything from his trunks that have kind of almost like a leather look to them. Even like the insignia on his chest looks better than it did in the movie. But my problem with this piece is that I'm convinced we're going to get it from Blitzway for $1,600 in the next couple of years.
I think you're exactly right.
So why would I buy this for this much money?
I think that's true of all J&Ds.
You love J&D?
Not me.
Yeah, and again, like Blitzway, like when they're able to do their own thing, they're able to keep the price really low, like that. Oh crap! Which was
Scarface.
Scarface. What was it? $500?
Yeah. And Rocky is $650.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you don't have to pay a middleman and you can do your own thing, that's the kind of prices we could be getting.
Yep.
He has like I was trying to study his face a little bit. He has like his face isn't very symmetrical. It's kind of off. Like if you cover like one half of his face, it doesn't match the other half. And I think with J&D, they just made it too symmetrical. Like so, it's not. It's like that little thing is like missing, and I think that might be what it is.
I've said it a lot about J&D is that I really like their sculpts, but I don't always think that they translate to the silicone. And again, there's a lot of people that love the silicone stuff, but like I feel like if they did it in resin, I think it would be even cooler looking.
Their likenesses tend to be good, and some are better than others. Their Anne Hathaway likeness, Catwoman, is great. The most recent Wonder Woman gal is great. It's just, they're a lot of money. For basically no base.
Yeah.
And no investment in any kind of a pose per se. It's a lot of money.
I agree.
Yep. We mentioned the Scarface. I think this is really good.
It is.
The rooted hair one that we're seeing here, which I think I actually like the sculpted hair better. But yeah, for $500 for this is quarter scale. What do you guys think of the likeness here?
Yeah, it looks great.
Yep.
Good to me.
And then here
is it 500 for the sculpted or
500 for the sculpted?
It's about twice that for the rooted hair.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's 500, and that right there is around 1,000.
Wow.
So I think this looks better.
I think that looks better as well.
So I mean, I would do the sculpted all day.
Mm.
But I think it's good. I think I would have maybe liked to seen that more iconic white suit.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they'll do another one. I mean, they could.
Holding a chainsaw or
Yeah. But yeah, cool piece by Blitzway. I've been really impressed with them. This was a teaser from the Kucharek brothers. Casey Jones, obviously, for the PCS line. I think this is going to be a really fun looking piece.
That'll be cool.
Should be. The line is awesome as it is.
Yeah. I think this one will sell really well for them. Just a cool looking character. May the 4th. We haven't had a show since then. And obviously this was, teased and then now brought to us. We have Mace Windu. What do you guys think of this one now that you've seen some more photos and it's up for pre-order?
I mean, from here, it looks like him.
Yeah.
So yeah. I wasn't quite sure, but then they've got that 25th anniversary of Phantom Menace out in theaters right now. And me and my kid went and saw it, and that's how he looked.
That's awesome. I'm glad you got to see it.
The tailoring is nice.
Yeah, I was going to say, I really, I gave a shout out to Tim Hansen, who is Sideshow's Cut and Sew head of that department. And he took a photo with this piece and it just looked really good. I thought the cut and sew looked really nice on this one. Obviously got a posable cape or a posable cloak. Oh, there he is right there.
I think they said the saber lights up. Oh, I forget if you showed
it does light up. But that's Tim Hansen. If you guys don't know, he works for Sideshow. Really nice guy. The Doomsday, or excuse me, the Dark Side bust has started to ship. This is from Queen, right?
I believe so, yeah.
If I remember correctly. So there's a photo of it next to a Prime 1 piece and next to a J&D Superman, which I'm not a fan of that one.
The Steppenwolf is cool.
Yeah, I like him a lot too.
And the Doomsday, to me, I mean, he looks great.
I mean, overall, it's a nice display. I like the display.
Dark Side, I mean, sorry.
Yeah, the display's nice.
Yeah, it is.
Looks good. Impressive piece.
I mean, sometimes I don't know, we critique everything, but at the same time, we're like blowing everything up, making the faces huge. I mean, from here, everything looks great. I mean, obviously, you can't see the details as much, but makes a cool looking display.
Yeah, it does. This one has started to ship. If you bought the Batman Robert Pattinson bust from Prime 1, they have started to ship now. So
yeah, these are sold out. I was trying to find one.
Yeah, they're very difficult to find.
Does it come with both portraits, or do you buy them separately?
Buy them separately.
Separately.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. But they're sold out. But collectors have started posting pictures of them. So
Eric, what ES did they put on these that they're already sold out? I'm surprised.
It must not have been very big.
No.
Yeah, I forget which one had one definitely had a smaller ES than the other. I think it might have been the cowl version because not many people ordered the cowl one. I forget.
I want to say 500, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, 5 was the number I was thinking too on the
price was pretty good.
The unmasked one. The cowl one might be 100, I'm thinking.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's kind of the one I wanted. Even though the unmasked is really good, I kind of wanted the one with the cowl.
They're both really good. I just I was on a plane coming back over the weekend, coming home, and I watched this movie on the plane and I hadn't watched it in a little while. Man, the statue is so good. It is so good. So freaking good. Man, Blitzway killed it on the statue.
I really like what Blitzway's doing. I think that they're top of their game right now.
Yep.
These are some photos from Art Statue Collector. Big fan of his channel. If you haven't checked it out, please do me a favor and do so. These are some in-hand photos of the prototype. Obviously, I think it's continuing to be tweaked.
Is this that was a prototype? It wasn't a production sample?
I don't know.
I think it's a production sample.
Okay, well maybe so.
I think that's what he said. It might even say it on that thumbnail.
It might. Let's see. I don't see
it there, your plan to get the Trinity in this series?
I'm definitely I've already pre-ordered Superman and Batman. It's likely I'll get Wonder Woman, but I want to see how it looks with all the tweaks he's doing.
Gotcha.
I think Jay was going to send me a Superman to show you guys. I don't know if that's still happening or not. I'll have to check with him. It's obviously a lot easier to send it to Art because they're closer.
It took me like 4 seconds to watch this video when he posted it. I jumped on it right away because I've been waiting for it.
Yeah, it was really nice to see it. He had some nice things to say.
Yeah.
I
don't like it. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think he said he still prefers the Prime 1 Hush over this one.
Right.
But he still had really good things to say about it.
Right. I don't know why companies feel the need to make the S emblem on his chest look like a plaque.
Yeah.
No,
it sticks out.
It should be flush against the costume. It should not be like that.
Well, that's the problem when you have a swap out.
Yep.
Because he has the big one and then the smaller one.
Yeah.
There's the big one.
They still could make it in set, though.
They could.
They could, yes.
I used to have the Eric Sosa Kingdom Come Superman, and that had a switch out chest emblem, and it wasn't like this. It was very thin.
Yeah, you can see the depth. I mean, it's like Play-Doh on top of it or something. Like, it's like melted cheese. Right? Melted cheese.
That's true. Yeah.
I like this portrait a lot. I just think it looks really great.
And I'm not sure if that portrait is going away or if he's including the updated ones or if it's replacing, because he's updating both of the two Alex Ross ones, the one where he's looking straight ahead and the one where he's looking up.
How do you do that in production? Like that, if it's ready to start shipping.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think production means ready to start shipping.
That's okay. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't like this one.
It does suck for everybody that passed on it, thinking there wasn't, they didn't realize there was going to be a new portrait on it.
Well, it's still available.
Oh, is it available? I thought it sold out.
No, it's available.
Oh, okay.
Still love the base.
I love the base. That's my favorite part of the statue.
Yeah, base is great. So I'm still very excited to see what he does with Batman and the villains. Again, I can't wait to get some of those in hand to show you guys and add to my collection. But and here's some good photos too that Art took.
Art did a good job with these low light photos.
Yeah, art pictures are better.
Yeah.
Yeah, without question. Let's move on to a giant torso of Michael Jordan.
Like, where the hell do you display this thing?
I don't know.
Fun. I think it's a cool idea.
It's a cool idea. Obviously, it's
like a sports themed man cave or something. How cool would this thing be?
Or
like above your TV.
Or a sports bar.
Yeah.
Sports bar. I mean, I could see a lot of people wanting this. 85 wide.
I could see putting like other memorabilia like under his arms, maybe like signed basketballs or like other stuff.
Oh yeah, you can make a really great display with this.
Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, I applaud Ant for doing something really outside the box.
Yep.
And it's got a low edition, right? Isn't it like 150 or something?
But there's two different versions. There's the white jersey and then the red jersey.
I figured you got both. I guess not. I guess there'd be no way to take it off though, would there?
No.
Not with his arms like that.
No. So that would be interesting to see somebody try. Likeness, I think, is pretty good.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It could be a little bit more detail for something this big.
He needs to be more angry. MJ always looked angry, I think, all the time to me.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I think it's a fun piece. And you get the black gloves and the makeup brush. See, they're finally doing the makeup brushes. I love it.
Man, I was lucky enough to see Michael and the Bulls play the Celtics.
Wow.
In Boston when I was in college. We made a road trip, and you'd never seen anything like it. He was just one-man wrecking machine. Just like the other players, he just made them look like non-professionals.
Greatest show on earth.
Yeah, he was unbelievable.
This is a new piece from Iron Studios. This is 10th scale Wolverine and Deadpool.
I'm going to say the cliche. I wish it was quarter scale.
Yeah, look how tiny it is. It's tiny. I mean, but it's, it is quarter scale. I mean, it is 10 scale.
You don't realize how small those 10 scales are until you have one in your hand.
Yeah.
I know it's been,
and it's tiny.
Yeah.
I know it's been rumored. So is this confirming he will have the cowl as Wolverine?
It's looking like it.
That'd be so fun in quarter scale.
You sure would. Well, and Iron Studios has been known to do that.
I think the same thing about, and you're probably going to show it, the Indiana Jones piece.
I'd
love to have that. I'd love that in quarter scale.
Yeah, I think it looks really good. The likeness is good on it.
But I think 1/10 is just going to seem so small.
This is a new piece from McFarlane DC Direct. This is based on the art of Dan Mora.
Ryan, the mini BSC is bigger than 10th scale.
It is.
Is it a 6th?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it might be 10 scale.
You think so? I mean, where's my 10th scale? Oh, yeah, you know what? Maybe it is 10th scale.
I think it might be a 10 scale BSC.
The only 10th scale I have is Mr. Freeze here. And you know what? He might be. I'm looking at the distance, from knee to foot.
Yeah.
And
all right, who do you got? Me or Mr. Freeze? Who's taking who? Who do you think?
Yeah, I don't feel good about your chances there.
I don't either. I would run away like pansy. What do you think of the sculpt on this one? This one is again Dan Moore. I think it's a pretty fun little sculpt.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's cool. I actually like that pose a lot. I think that's cool.
Yeah, it's fun. The cape's cool.
Yep.
So I don't know the price on this one, but I would imagine it's not too bad. It is resin.
Yep, I like that.
They also are doing a Dark Knight. I don't know if it's Rises or Return or just Dark Knight. I guess it doesn't matter.
That pose I don't care for.
I mean, it's based on the promo images that he did. Yeah. So it's just small, so I don't feel like it translates as well. But
right,
it's okay.
It's okay.
It's just okay.
Looks like he threw his back out.
Yeah. This was another premium format that they teased, which I think this one looks really great.
It does. Looks fantastic.
This will make a lot of people happy.
Yeah.
That's cool. Beautiful.
Captain Rex, beautiful pose. I like just the flow of it. Looks really nice.
I think they made a Boba Fett with that base. Holy cow.
Be awesome.
Yep.
Be really awesome. And then they also had the Kenobi with the two faces, which is great. This is pissed some people off because it is a premium format mythos.
I think
not the traditional size.
I forget who it was. I'm going back to Dan's comment. I think maybe it was XM. They did like a Boba Fett where he's like coming off of the smoke plume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one was a cool one.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
I don't get why they're mad that Obi-Wan is a quarter scale when they've done 2 and 1/5. They've done a figure in 1/6.
Yeah.
It's not like the character's not represented in the scale they want.
Well, here's one thing we've learned about doing YouTube. You can't please everybody.
That's true.
That's true. But I think it looks great, and I'm happy for quarter scale collectors, obviously. But I mean, yeah, you're exactly right. They've already done other versions of him in that scale.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe people are just mad because they like this one better. Maybe, I don't know. I think it looks great.
Oh.
Got some new hot toys this week. We got God Loki in both a regular version and also an artisan version. But I think the likeness is good.
Those horns look unwieldy, don't they?
They sure do.
It's why I don't wear them.
Yeah.
I do like the pose here. Like, it's kind of cool what you can do with the cape and stuff. It's makes for a pretty neat display.
Yeah, that's neat.
Oh wow!
And then here's the rooted hair one. I think these sell out pretty quick.
Wow.
The artisan ones.
Yeah.
So all that green stuff in the back is the cape, or is that like part of that?
There's like a backdrop, but then there's this stuff he's holding on to, like these.
All right, so it's just like 1 or 2 pieces. All right.
Yeah, like see, it's like, yeah.
Okay.
The backdrop too.
Okay.
But anyway, I think that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And the moving eyeballs. I still like the sculpted hair better, though. The artisan's cool, but I think the sculpted hair looks better for me. Same with the Luke Skywalker. They came out with a Dark Empire, which this is kind of cool. He's like wearing the Darth Vader costume. Kind of neat to see that. I'm assuming this is a storyline where he went to the dark side. If anybody knows, I don't know.
It's not from the.
He looks young though.
Is that when they did that? What was he on? The Mandalorian episode, or whatever that was.
Yeah, but he wasn't a bad guy there. Like
he wasn't wearing a Vader suit though.
Yeah, this is the Vader suit.
He was wearing a dark cloak, but not Vader suit.
But it's kind of a cool alternate.
Is it supposed to be Hamill though?
That's Hamill, but it's like it's episode 4 Hamill. Like before the wreck, before the accident.
I'm not sold on. Usually they kill the likeness. I'm not sold on. I don't know.
Like I know it's him, but it's like it's like it's almost too young or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. But his face changed, enough after the first film that I think that's what people remember him as more. But I don't know. I could be wrong.
Clint in the chat saying it's from a comic series in the 90s.
Oh. Interesting.
Correct.
All right. I trust that.
Maybe that's how they drew Hamill in the comics.
No, it could be.
It
could be. There's the sculpted.
Yeah, Houghton just confirmed it. Dark Horse comic series, Dark Empire.
That's cool.
Sculpted actually makes it look a little bit more like him.
I think like right there, I feel like it does look more like him.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that could how it could change the sculpt. They also had a Darth Maul artisan as well, or some sort of special. I think this one looks really great.
Yeah, I wonder what's different. He doesn't have any hair to punch. I don't
know. I think that one came with the bike, I think. Like his little speeder. But I think that likeness is fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
And maybe the two portraits.
That looks
angry
great.
And then there he's on his bike.
Oh, there's his bike.
Yeah. And they also had a Death Star Environment Shadow Trooper. Kind of run of the mill. Cool backdrop.
Say that 3 times fast.
What, run of the mill or cool backdrop?
No, Shadow Trooper.
Shadow Trooper. The Prime 1 Godzilla was on display recently. Kind of cool to see him under real light. All that texture.
That's awesome.
So
that's the -1 statue. Yeah. That's awesome.
So there he is on display. It's a big piece. Again, you can see kind of how big it is on that podium.
The thing behind it.
Huge piece.
Yeah, it's got a giant one back here. Pretty cool. Who the heck made this? Was this Beast Kingdom, I think? This was a Michael Keaton piece. Mastercraft. I think it was Beast Kingdom, if I remember right.
Is that a figure?
Yeah, Beast Kingdom. Say what?
Is that a figure or a statue or
statue?
Quarter?
So it was 16.6 inches.
Must be doing good. There's 3,000 of them made.
16.6.
16.6. So yeah, what would that be?
It's almost.
No.
That's 6 skills.
ES 3000.
Like
I think isn't like around 12 inches 6 scale, but then the base would have to
that
be
looks like 12 inches, maybe a little bit bigger than
bigger. Yeah.
That base isn't 4.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
That's
maybe
got to
it's
be lower, maybe 1/5.
1/5, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the likeness is pretty good from Old Man Keaton.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Isn't it surprising timing for that to come out though? Now,
weird timing.
We kind of missed that boat, but
this is one I threw in here. This was from Pure Arts. This was kind of a fun piece. If you're a League of Legends video game player, had some nice bells and whistles to it. It was kind of a fun piece.
That's cool.
A lot of detail, huh? That's cool.
Yeah. Look at this one. This is the Golem. We say it's weird and it's like a head on a stick, which it is.
Put it next to Penguin.
And so the crazy thing is, I think the sculpt looks great, but the concept is odd on some of these with the Pure Arts pieces. But then then you see them all together. They kind of make a cool display.
Yeah, it's
You know?
really cool looking. It's just weird and scary.
Yes, I mean, yeah. Look how thin it is on the top. Like it must be held on by a wire or something. I don't know, but I do like the ring in the bottom.
Looks like his head is floating.
Yeah, it kind of does. But yeah, that'll give you nightmares. My precious.
So they're doing a whole new like series on him.
Yeah, did you guys see that? They're doing another film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Lord of the Rings. New art print from Sideshow. I think it's going to have all the different clown masks.
What do you mean, Chris? Sorry. What do you mean it's going to have all the different?
I think it's going to have all of the different bank robber masks around him.
Oh, this is just a subsection within the print?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
It's just a teaser.
Gotcha.
I think it goes up for pre-order soon. This is in art. Their new Ron Weasley. I think the likeness is really good. So if you're a Harry Potter fan, they've also teased Hermione. Look how bad those knees are.
Jeez.
Surely they'll do something different, don't you think?
No, her knees are really like that.
Oh my gosh, it looks so bad.
Yep.
Wow.
Pull those socks up a little bit more.
Yeah, a little higher.
When she grows up, she wants to be a real girl.
Yeah. But I think the likeness is good here.
Yeah, real good.
Yeah, young Ron.
Yep.
So I think these will sell very well. Such a giant Harry Potter fandom. Give a shout out to JWR who got this from Matt Martin from the giveaway show. And so I just wanted to give both of those guys a shout out. Great looking piece from Tony Daniels.
Yep. That's awesome.
This guy has started to ship the Devastator from Dark Knight's Metal. This is a big piece.
Yeah. He's cool.
Just a cool looking creature.
Yeah.
Right?
Very dark, and then you just have that pop of red. It's like boop.
Yep.
Yeah. But he looks awesome with the rest of the collection. I think I would probably put him in the middle somewhere though. But still very cool to see.
Yeah, I would love to see that in person. That looks cool. Hey, there's me.
Hey, there's Eric. Just want to congratulate him on his new Fablock that he got this last week. And I want to thank you again, Eric, for letting me know about it.
Yeah, I didn't want you to miss out just in case you're not able to get that commission done. I was like, oh, at least Chris will have something.
Yeah, I'm just thrilled.
It's very hard to get something from him now, especially that he's not, doing Batman anymore or DC alone. So
yeah, I'm still trying to get him to do. He agreed to the concept. I want to have. My idea was Batman versus Joker from Hush, where Batman's choking Joker.
Yep.
And Joker's upside down. I want him to recreate that in his style.
Oh, okay. I thought he was doing like Court of Owls or something for you.
I changed my mind.
Okay. Yeah, I'm selling. So now I have 2 of these head sketches by him. I'm selling my old one if anyone's interested. It looks very similar to that.
Do you want to show? Do you have it handy? So
I don't have the old one. I only have the new one next to me.
Okay.
It's put away safely.
This was the one that I was talking about. That
I could probably pull up a picture of it.
JWR, that looks similar to mine, but that is not mine.
So yeah, that's all the photos. We didn't have we had over 100 tonight, but anything that wowed you guys, or I think the Wonder Woman, obviously for Delaney, you're more intrigued about that piece.
Yeah. Yep.
Again, for me, like I think what has me most excited are the Tweeterhead busts. I'm just excited to do all the rogues, and I'm just hoping that they become popular enough that Chad wants to keep making them, and I know he wants to, guys. He wants to make them, so hopefully.
Did he give
Chris,
us?
Chris, can you load that picture up real quick or no?
Just hold it up. Can you? What did you do? Send it?
Oh, yeah, I could hold it up too.
Just hold it up.
Okay,
that'd be easier.
It's actually it's on his Instagram too.
Let me. Yeah, it's a really great portrait.
So that's from his Instagram page. So yeah.
So where could people, if people are interested in it, where could people message you?
Either on Facebook or itsallthingsart@gmail.com. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan, what did you want to say?
Yeah, I should put comments. Oh, sorry, Dan.
No, that's okay. I don't remember what I was saying now, though, to be honest with you.
Oh, we Tweeterhead bus. I was saying that the Tweeterhead bus.
Yes. Has Chad said when the next, when the first Batman Rogue goes up, or Batman?
I think Batman is very, very close. I have seen him painted, or I think he'll be real close to going up for pre-order here soon. I would imagine with this painting, what they do is then they photograph it.
Yeah.
They get it approved. So I would imagine maybe next month or so.
They need to do Grundy. They did that contest and it won. They need to do it.
He said they're doing it. So I have not seen renders or anything of Grundy.
That's what I mean. It should be sooner rather than later.
I agree. I think
otherwise, why do the contest?
I had told him that from the beginning that I feel like if you push some of those characters out, people will realize that you're serious. And so now he has to do the serious part. Like he has to, get these things pushed out a little bit more. Because I think once people see them, I think they're going to be really excited about it. And again, think of a Clayface or think of a Man Bat at that scale. Like it's going to be awesome. So anyway, anything else you guys want to talk about? Or are you guys ready to wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
I did a live order during the show.
What'd you order?
I have a Tony Daniels Bane coming to me next week.
Oh, did you buy it?
Yeah, I sent you the money.
All right. Do you want me to keep it matted and send it to you with the matte? It's white with the black.
I mean, I'm probably gonna need obviously I need a frame for it, but if you need it, the matte, you can have it.
I don't need it because I'm changing them all to black, so you can have it if you want it.
Okay, if it doesn't make it more difficult to ship or anything like that, then
nope.
All right, thanks.
Yep. Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
So congratulations. It's a really great piece. We saw it, obviously it was at MegaCon.
Yeah.
We saw it.
Yeah, I was messaging you. So you were flipping through the book and I was like, damn it, that looks cool. I didn't see it in the book at the time. And I was like, Chris purchased it right away. He was like, phew.
Yeah. So again, all my focus, all my funds are going to go to the Finch stuff because it's not cheap.
Yeah,
not cheap. So I appreciate you helping the cause.
I feel like I'm buying all your stuff that you don't want.
Well, it's not that I don't want it. It's just that I got to focus. I got to focus right now because once I started getting all this stuff on the wall, I'm like, this is so cool. Like this is going to turn into something really, really unique.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying just looking at the art again. Like I said the last show, just like I mean, I still enjoy the statues, but I'm still enjoying, I think the artwork more these days.
Yeah. Well, and it's nice to appreciate something a little different. Like we love statues, but like again, we're in a little bit of a lull for Batman collectors. And so until that lull picks back up, we can appreciate other things. And I think that's all part of it. So I want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight. We had a really great audience this evening. Also want to thank Jeff, Eric, and of course Dan for hanging out and talking about all this nerdy fun stuff. Hope you guys all have a great week. Jeff or Eric, do you want to do any plugging on your channels?
Jeff, you got anything?
I'm dragging my heels on my room tour, but it's coming soon.
Okay, coming soon. I'm still gonna poke and prod this guy because eventually he'll I don't know who you're talking about, but eventually a guy named his name is Stan, and he lives in Crockett City. Is where he's Stan from Crockett City is going to do a room tour at some point. So we're looking forward to that. And also, Dan, I don't know if you have filmed your little commercial deal or not.
So the prints that we are making available, those Del Auto lithographs,
yes.
I have my demo set is due in here tomorrow.
Okay.
And I will be then shooting the commercial. I wanted to make sure I had them in hand because they came from Europe to Matt.
Yeah.
So he's got all of them and he sent me a set so that I'm able to shoot the commercial.
Okay, so if you guys don't know what he's talking about, this is so cool. Dan and Matt have created a deal to get these exclusive prints from Gabriel Del Auto from Europe, like he said, and it's very exciting. So they're already selling them as we speak. I said, hey, Dan, make a commercial so we can put it on the channel so more people know about it. And we'll of course give you the information on where you can order it and all that other good stuff. So if you are into prints, if you're into really great art from, again, he's one of the best Batman artists out there, I think, or just DC artists in general. He's just fantastic. So
these are 3 gorgeous prints. A couple of them were found in his, he did a gallery book. It was like a $500 book a while back. There were a couple that were in there. One of them's newer. It's a Catwoman print. It is my favorite Catwoman cover, period. I think it's phenomenal. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to get mine in because I'm going to frame it up. It will be on my wall. As a matter of fact, I made space for it. I'm looking at it right now where it's going to go. Gorgeous print. So they're all 13 by 19. They're all signed. They were actually signed for us. So we've got pictures of him signing these prints. So it's a cool opportunity. Yep.
Does it ship from you guys or does it ship from?
It ships from us.
Ships from you guys. So it'll be a real quick turnaround, real quick shipping.
Super fast. Yep.
Yeah, which is great. So again, we'll have more information on the channel, hopefully maybe within the next week-ish.
I'm going to shoot the commercial, if not tomorrow afternoon, Friday morning. So, and it'll be one of those quicker ones. So it'll,
Okay. Well, like I said, I'll put it on the channel so you guys have more information that way you can see it and all that other good stuff. So,
I have a few repair videos coming this week. And then I'm actually also headed to Billy's house this weekend. We're unboxing the life-size Pattison bust by Queen Studios.
Oh, that's cool.
As well as the PCS Blade, I believe is the one that made it. PCS is the one that made that Blade statue.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're doing 2 unboxings this weekend. So
that's awesome.
Is that the one with the vampires on the base?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I don't know which one. I don't know which one. I think they made 2 of them, right, or something.
They made 2. One without the vampires and one with.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one you got.
Cool. Both very
one action, one museum, but they're both really nice.
Yeah, they turned out really nice. Yeah. We'll have fun with that. That's going to be awesome, and try to convince him to do the dinner with me.
Oh, okay.
It's expensive, but I think it'll be a fun evening. I wish my rogues could be there.
Yep, I know.
But maybe next time. And we still have to get this guy over on the other side of the coast for MegaCon. Come on, Jeff Delaney, MegaCon.
It's worth doing.
We're gonna give you like a full 9 or 10 months.
Hey,
we could do Disney.
The guy from the tri-state area, when walking through the main concourse, said, "Wow, I can't believe it. I think this is actually bigger than New York."
Yeah,
okay.
I would agree with that.
So,
yep. So no pressure.
Yeah.
But could you imagine all the rogues together at the same time? Like, how great would that be?
Has never happened.
It has never happened.
And Jeff loves Disney. We could do a Disney trip again too.
And that's the thing is because you guarantee we're going to do a Disney day again.
Yeah, that's right.
So all the rogues at Disney and MegaCon.
Scales.
I'm even thinking about if they have that OA exhibit again. They had it that weekend prior.
Oh yeah.
I still think it'd be awesome to do that, stay the week, and then cap the other end cap with MegaCon and a day at Disney.
I think you'll have a harder time getting Jeff Morris down there.
Well, I think that it will be very difficult, but I think if we could get these 4, we have a better shot. We're gonna keep twisting your arm. We're gonna keep trying.
We'll keep twisting.
That's right.
We've got some months.
All right. Well, with that, look at that. See. Your fans are demanding it. It says, make it happen, guys. Anyway, thanks again for joining us, guys. Hope you have a great evening, and we'll see you next time in 2 weeks for Rogues Gallery Live. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
See y'all.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Good night.